Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak to you today about a struggle that touches every heart, a battle fought within every soul. We walk through life, and along the way we encounter those who provoke us, who seek to stir anger within us, who offend, insult, criticize, and wound. And what do? Do we strike back? Do we let their words and actions settle deep in our hearts like a thorn that festers? Or do we rise above it, walking in peace that cannot be shaken, joy that cannot be stolen, and a spirit that is never troubled? I tell you, my friends, it is possible, yes, it is possible, to live without anger, to be free from the burden of frustration, to never be troubled by the words or actions of others. There is a way, and that way is not found in human willpower, not found in philosophy, not found in psychology, but in a higher truth. This truth does not change with time. It does not shift with the tides of culture. It stands firm, unmoved, unwavering. It is a truth that transforms. It is a truth that liberates. It is a truth that, once it takes hold of your heart, will make you untouchable by the bitterness of this world. Anger is a poison, my friends. It eats away at the soul. It begins as a spark, but soon becomes a wildfire consuming peace, destroying joy and leaving behind nothing but ashes. It can ruin relationships. It can rob you of your health. It can cloud your mind with darkness. And worst of all, it can separate you from the life you were meant to live. But I tell you today, you do not have to live that way. You do not have to be a slave to anger. You do not have to let people control your emotions. No one has the power to make you angry unless you give them that power. No one can trouble your spirit unless you allow them to. There are those who will say, "But you don't know what they did to me. You don't know how they wronged me, how they lied, how they betrayed, how they hurt me." And I tell you, yes, the world is full of injustice. People will mistreat you. They will misunderstand you. They will speak against you. But what good is it to let their actions rule your heart? What good is it to carry the burden of their wrongs? The moment you let them steal your peace, they have won. The moment you let them pull you into anger, they have power over you. And I ask you today, will you let them? You see, the secret to never getting angry, never being bothered, is not in trying to control other people. It is not in trying to make the world fair. It is not in demanding justice for yourself at every turn. No, my friends, the secret is in surrendering control of your own heart. It is in understanding that nothing anyone does can shake your peace unless you allow it. It is in realizing that true power is not found in striking back, in speaking a harsh word, in holding a grudge. No, true power is found in walking in love, in forgiveness and unshakable peace. Let me tell you something. When you refuse to be angry, when you refuse to be offended, when you refuse to let others dictate your emotions, you become free. There is nothing more powerful than a person who cannot be provoked. There's nothing stronger than a heart at peace. The world may rage around you, people may insult you, situations may try to stir up frustration, but if you have mastered your heart, if you have learned to hold fast to peace, then you are untouchable. Many people live their lives like a ship tossed on the waves, up one moment, down the next, controlled by every insult, every slight, every offense. But you, my friends, are not meant to be that way. You are meant to be like a mighty mountain unmoved by the storm. You are meant to be like a great tree with roots so deep that no wind can shake you. When people see that they cannot get a reaction out of you, when they see that no matter what they say, no matter what they do, your peace remains unshaken, they will be amazed. They will wonder, what does this person have? What is the secret? And you will know that it is not because of your own strength, not because of your own wisdom, but because you have learned the power of letting go. Let go of the need to be right all the time. Let go of the need to have the last word. Let go of the need to prove yourself to people who will never understand you. Let go of the need to be in control of how others treat you. You are not responsible for their actions, but you are responsible for your reaction. And when you choose to let go, when you choose peace over anger, when you choose love over resentment, you are walking in a power that this world cannot understand. Now, some may say, "Oh, but isn't anger sometimes justified? Isn't it right to be angry when we are mistreated?" And I tell you, my friends, anger does not solve anything. There is a difference between standing for what is right and allowing anger to consume you. There is a difference between acting with wisdom and reacting with emotion. Anger blinds, it distorts. It leads to words and actions that cannot be taken back. But peace gives you clarity. Peace gives you strength. Peace allows you to stand firm, to walk through the fire without being burned, to endure without being broken. Imagine for a moment a person who cannot be offended. Imagine a person who is never disturbed by criticism, never provoked by insults, never troubled by the actions of others. That person is free. That person is at peace. And you can be that person. But it takes a choice. It takes a decision deep within your soul. It takes the understanding that your peace is too precious to give away. The next time someone speaks against you, the next time someone does something to provoke you, stop and ask yourself, is it worth my peace? Is it worth my joy? Is it worth my strength? And I tell you, my friends, it is not. Nothing is worth losing your peace. Nothing is worth giving up the unshakable joy that comes from knowing that nothing and no one has power over you. People will always talk. People will always act in ways that test your patience. But you do not have to let it change you. You do not have to let it touch your heart. You do not have to be a prisoner to the actions of others. When you make that choice, when you decide that nothing will steal your peace, you will walk through this life with a strength that cannot be broken, a joy that cannot be dimmed, a heart that remains calm even in the storm. And that, my friends, is true freedom. That is the life you are meant to live. A life where no one, no situation, no word, no insult, no betrayal can ever make you angry or troubled again. A life where your heart is at peace, unshaken, unbreakable. And when you walk in that way, you will not only be free, but you will be a light to those around you, an example of the power of peace, and a witness to the truth that no one can steal your joy unless you let them. There is something powerful about a person who cannot be moved by the words or actions of others. There is something remarkable about a person whose heart remains calm, whose spirit remains at rest no matter what comes against them. This world is full of storms. It is full of people who will try to stir anger in you, who will seek to disturb your peace, who will challenge your patience and test your resolve. But if you learn to master your emotions, if you learn to guard your heart, you will be like a fortress that cannot be shaken, a rock that stands unmoved no matter how fierce the winds may blow. Think for a moment about the people who frustrate you, the ones who test your patience, the ones who seem to know exactly what to say to make you angry. Do they have power over you? Do they control your emotions? Or do you have a choice in how you respond? Too many people live as though they are slaves to the words of others, reacting in anger, feeling insulted, letting bitterness take root in their hearts. But I tell you, my friends, you do not have to live that way. You do not have to let others control your peace. You do not have to allow people to dictate the state of your heart. You see, when you allow anger to rise up within you, when you allow frustration to take hold, you are giving your power away. You are letting someone else determine how you feel, how you think, and how you act. But the moment you decide that no one has that power over you, the moment you refuse to be offended, the moment you choose to remain calm in every situation, you become free. You step into a life where nothing can disturb your inner peace. You walk with a confidence that no insult can shake. There are those who believe that anger is strength. They think that by showing their rage, by reacting with aggression, they are proving their power. But true strength is not found in anger. True strength is found in self-control. The strongest person is not the one who lashes out, but the one who remains calm. The most powerful person is not the one who argues and fights, but the one who walks away from conflict without being troubled. Imagine what it would be like to go through life without ever being bothered by anyone. Imagine what it would be like to hear an insult and feel nothing, to experience mistreatment and remain at peace, to be surrounded by chaos and yet remain calm. That kind of life is possible. That kind of life is within your reach. But it requires a shift in thinking. It requires a transformation of the heart. It requires a decision to no longer let anger control you, to no longer allow people to steal your joy, to no longer give power to the opinions and actions of others. Too often, we allow ourselves to be trapped by our own emotions. Someone cuts us off in traffic, and we feel a surge of irritation. Someone makes a rude comment, and we spend the rest of the day thinking about it. Someone does something unfair, and we carry that anger in our hearts, letting it poison our thoughts and steal our peace. But what if we simply chose to let it go? What if we refused to let those moments affect us? What if we decided that no matter what happens, we will remain in control of our own hearts and minds? Let me tell you something. There is freedom in that decision. There is peace in knowing that you are not a prisoner to the actions of others. You do not have to live in a constant state of reaction. You do not have to be controlled by what people say or do. You have the power to choose peace. You have the ability to walk in joy no matter what comes against you. Pringle. Now some may say, but what about injustice? What about those who do wrong? Shouldn't we get angry when we see evil? And I tell you, my friends, that anger does not bring justice. Anger does not make the world a better place. If anything, it clouds judgment, it leads to rash decisions, it creates more harm than good. But wisdom, patience, and a calm spirit, those are the things that bring real change. Those are the things that allow you to respond to life with clarity and purpose rather than emotion and regret. When you refuse to get angry, when you refuse to be bothered, you do not become weak. You become stronger than ever before. People will notice. They will see that you are different. They will wonder why you are not upset, why you do not react the way they expect you to. And in that moment, you will know that you have found something greater than anger, greater than frustration, greater than the need to prove yourself. You will have found true peace. Think of the people in your life who have hurt you. Think of the ones who have spoken against you, who have treated you unfairly, who have done things that could have made you bitter. Do you still carry that burden? Do you still hold on to the weight of those wrongs, or have you let them go? I tell you today, the more you hold on to the past, the more you let those wounds fester, the more you allow anger to take root, the more you suffer. But the moment you release it, the moment you choose to let it go, the moment you decide that your peace is too valuable to lose, you will be free. It does not matter what others say about you. It does not matter how they treat you. What matters is how you respond. Will you allow them to steal your peace? Will you let them rob you of your joy? Or will you stand firm, unmoved, unshaken, untouchable? That is the choice before you. That is the decision you must make. And I tell you today, when you make that decision, when you choose to never get angry, to never be bothered, to walk in unshakable peace, your life will change. You will no longer be burdened by the weight of offense. You will no longer be controlled by the actions of others. You will walk with confidence, with strength, with a heart that is always at rest. And that, my friends, is true freedom. That is the life you are meant to live. Certainly, here is a continuation of your speech, keeping the same passionate and powerful style. People will always test your patience. They will always challenge your peace. They will say things that are cruel, do things that are unjust, and act in ways that seem designed to provoke a reaction. But what if I told you that you never have to react? What if I told you that you never have to let them get to you? What if I told you that you could be free from anger forever? That you could walk through life completely untouched by the negativity of others? Because you can, my friends. You absolutely can. But it starts with understanding one simple truth. No one can make you angry without your permission. No one can disturb your peace unless you allow it. It is not what they say that matters, how you respond. It is not what they do that determines your happiness. It is what you choose to focus on. When you begin to grasp that, when you truly take hold of that truth, your life will be transformed. You will no longer be at the mercy of circumstances. You will no longer be controlled by what other people do or say. You will walk in a power that is rare, a peace that is unshakable. Now, many people say, but I can't help it. When someone is rude to me, I just get upset. When someone mistreats me, I can't stop myself from feeling angry. But I tell you, my friends, that is not true. That is what the world has taught you. That is what you have trained yourself to believe. But you are not a machine programmed to react a certain way. You have control over your emotions. You have the ability to choose how you feel. And when you stop giving your emotions away to every little offense, when you stop allowing yourself to be manipulated by the actions of others, you will find yourself in a place of tremendous freedom. Think about it. Have you ever had a time when someone said something meant to insult you, but instead of getting angry, you laughed? Maybe you found it ridiculous. Maybe you saw the humor in it, or maybe you just didn't care. That moment right there, that is proof that you are in control of your emotions. Because if you can laugh at something instead of getting angry, then you have the ability to choose how you react. And if you have the ability to choose, then you have the power to never be angry again. Now, some people think that if they don't get angry, then they are letting people walk all over them. They think that they need anger to stand up for themselves, that they need anger to be strong. But let me tell you, my friends, that is a lie. The strongest person is not the one who shouts the loudest. The strongest person is not the one who fights back with rage. The strongest person is the one who remains calm, the one who refuses to be provoked, the one who walks away from conflict with their peace intact. Because when you are calm, you think clearly. When you are calm, you make wise decisions. When you are calm, you have control over yourself, and that is true power. Look at the great leaders of history. Look at the ones who changed the world. Were they controlled by anger? No, they were controlled by vision, by wisdom, by a deep sense of purpose. Anger clouds the mind. Anger leads to foolishness. But peace, that is the mark of a truly powerful person. And that peace is available to you. You do not have to be a slave to your emotions. You do not have to be a prisoner to other people's opinions. You can rise above it all. There will always be people who try to get under your skin. There will always be situations that tempt you to react. But the moment you make the decision that nothing and no one will ever take away your peace, you become untouchable. Imagine walking through life like that. Imagine going through your day without ever feeling bothered. Imagine never getting upset, never feeling offended, never losing your temper. It is possible, my friends. It is within your reach. But it takes a choice. It takes a decision to refuse to let anger control you. And I know for some of you, that choice seems impossible. Maybe you have been an angry person all your life. Maybe you have been easily irritated, easily frustrated, easily offended. But I tell you, that is not who you are. That is not your true nature. That is something you have learned, and anything that is learned can be unlearned. You can train yourself to react differently. You can train yourself to stay calm. You can train yourself to let go of anger before it even takes hold of you. It starts with self-awareness. It starts with catching yourself in the moment. The next time you feel anger rising, stop and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Is this worth my joy? Is this worth losing control of my emotions? And the answer, my friends, will always be no. No situation, no insult, no act of rudeness is worth giving up your peace. And once you understand that, once you truly believe that, you will find it easier and easier to stay calm, to stay in control, to never let anger take hold of you again. And let me tell you, when you live this way, people will notice. They will see that you are different. They will see that you are not like everyone else, reacting with frustration, snapping back in anger. They will wonder what you have, why you are so unshaken, why nothing ever seems to bother you. And in that moment, you will know that you have discovered something priceless. You will know that you have found a peace that the world cannot give and the world cannot take away. But it is not just about how people see you. It is about how you feel inside. Because let me tell you, anger is exhausting. It drains your energy. It steals your joy. It weighs you down like a heavy burden. But peace gives you strength. Peace fills you with joy. Peace makes every day a gift, every moment an opportunity to enjoy life. And when you choose peace, when you choose to let go of anger, you will find that life itself becomes lighter, easier, more beautiful than you ever imagined. So I challenge you today, my friends, to make that choice. Make the choice to never be angry again. Make the choice to never be bothered by anyone. Make the choice to walk in peace no matter what happens. And I promise you, if you do, your life will never be the same again. Here is the continuation of your speech, maintaining the same powerful and passionate style. There is something liberating about deciding once and for all that no one will ever control your emotions again. Think about how much of your life has been spent in frustration, in anger, in irritation over things that in the grand scheme of life do not matter. Think of the sleepless nights, the wasted hours replaying arguments in your mind, the stress, the tension, the energy spent on things that brought no benefit to your life. And I ask you, was it worth it? Was it worth your peace? Was it worth your joy? Because the truth is, no situation, no person, no word ever spoken is worth losing your peace. You may say, but they wronged me. They insulted me. They treated me unfairly. And I say to you, yes, they may have. Yes, people are imperfect, selfish, cruel, unfair. But what good does it do you to dwell on it? What good does it do to let their actions poison your heart? You are not responsible for what they do. You are only responsible for what you do. And when you decide that nothing and no one will ever disturb your peace again, you will walk in a strength that few people will ever know. Imagine a life where nothing disturbs you, where no insult wounds you, where no situation causes you to react in anger. Imagine living each day with a light heart, with a mind free of negativity, with a spirit that is always at rest. It is possible. It is real. But it is only for those who are willing to take control of their emotions, who are willing to let go of their attachment to anger, who are willing to rise above the pettiness of the world. Do you want to know the secret to never being angry again? It is simple. You must decide that your peace is more valuable than anything else, more valuable than proving a point, more valuable than winning an argument, more valuable than being right, more valuable than justice, more valuable than revenge. Because when you value your peace above all else, you will guard it within you have. You will refuse to let anyone take it from you. You will refuse to give your emotions away to people who do not deserve them. Look at the people who are always angry, always frustrated, always reacting to every little thing. They are exhausted. They are bitter. They are trapped in a cycle of negativity that they do not even realize is controlling them. They live their lives on edge, waiting for the next thing to upset them, waiting for the next offense to fuel their anger. And I ask you, do you want to be like them? Do you want to live a life where you are constantly at war with the world, constantly battling people who do not even care about you, constantly giving your energy away to things that do not serve you? Or do you want to be free? Because that is what this is about, freedom. Freedom from anger. Freedom from frustration. Freedom from the need to react, to fight, to defend yourself at every turn. The moment you decide that you will never be angry again, that you will never allow people to disturb your peace again, you step into a freedom that is rare, a freedom that few people ever experience. You become untouchable. You become a force of calm in a world of chaos. And let me tell you, the world will try to pull you back into anger. People will test you. They will push your buttons. They will say things to try to provoke you. But when you have made the decision, when you have truly chosen peace, their words will mean nothing to you. Their actions will not move you. You will look at them with the understanding that they are still trapped, still controlled by their emotions, still prisoners of their own anger. And you will not feel resentment toward them. You will feel compassion. You will see them for what they are, people who do not know how to be free. And you will remain free. There is power in silence. There is power in walking away. There is power in refusing to engage in conflict that does not serve you. You do not have to respond to every insult. You do not have to correct every lie. You do not have to defend yourself against every attack. Let them say what they will. Let them do what they will. You will remain at peace. And you know what happens when you live this way. People will begin to respect you. Even those who once tried to provoke you will see that you are different. They will see that their words and actions do not affect you, and they will be confused. They will be frustrated that they cannot get a reaction out of you. But over time, they will realize that they are the ones trapped, not you. They will begin to wonder what you have that they do not. They will begin to see the power in your peace. And some of them, not all, but some will want to learn from you. Because deep down, everyone wants peace. Everyone wants freedom from anger, from frustration, from the burden of negativity. But most people do not know how to get it. They think that peace comes when circumstances change, when people treat them better, when life becomes easier. But peace does not come from the outside. It comes from within. Peace is a choice. Peace is a decision. Peace is something you cultivate within yourself, not something that the world can give you. And when you have it, when you truly have it, nothing can take it away. Not insults, not betrayal, not unfair treatment, not difficult situations. You will walk through life with a heart that is always light, a mind that is always clear, a spirit that is always at rest. And people will see it. They will see that you are different. They will see that you have something they do not. And in the end, that is the greatest testimony you can give. Not words, not arguments, not debates, but a life that is lived in absolute peace. No matter what happened, a life that is untouchable by anger, unshaken by offense, unmoved by the negativity of the world. A life that is truly free. You do not have to live at the mercy of your emotions. You do not have to wake up every day wondering what will go wrong, who will say something that bothers you, what situation will test your patience. You can wake up each morning with the certainty that nothing and no one will disturb your peace. You can move through life knowing that no insult, no disrespect, no injustice has the power to take away your joy. But it is a choice, my friends. It is a decision you must make every single day. When the rude person cuts you off in traffic, you have a choice. When someone speaks to you harshly, you have a choice. When things do not go the way you want them to, you have a choice. And the choice is simple. Will you allow this moment to steal your peace, or will you rise above it? Will you let your emotions control you, or will you remain in control? The world tells you that anger is natural, that it is normal, that it is justified. And yes, in many cases, anger may seem reasonable, but reasonable does not mean beneficial. Just because you have a right to be angry does not mean you should be. Just because someone has wronged you does not mean you have to carry that burden, because that is what anger is, a burden. It does not punish the one who offended you. It punishes you. It weighs you down. It poisons your heart. It robs you of joy. And why would you willingly carry that weight? Why would you allow someone else to have that power over you? People will do what they do. People will say what they say. Life will be unfair at times. But you are not here to control the world. You are here to control yourself. And the moment you take full responsibility for your emotions, the moment you decide that nothing and no one will ever steal your peace again, you become truly free, free from stress, free from worry, free from the burden of anger. And what a life that is. A life where every day is lived with a light heart, a clear mind, and a spirit that is always at rest. A life where you are untouchable, unshaken, unmoved by the negativity of the world. A life where you walk with confidence, with joy, with a peace that nothing and no one can take away. That life is possible, my friends, and that life is yours if you choose it.